Welcome back to another episode of Any Thoughts.
Today we'll be finishing up our mini-series on weddings.
Yeah. Today we will cover 1 week through the day of the wedding.
That's right. So just like before, we have used theknot.com
Although the link will be in the description
right,
below.
the link will be in the description below. But basically what we've done is just like last time, we're going to read the list, and then we're going to give you our opinions on what to do.
So that's what we will do.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we want to give you guys some tips that may help you guys on your wedding day or to just reflect on your wedding day. So, let's get started. Crunch time. This is crunch time.
You're on the mic with Crunch Time. I didn't know we were doing a crazy trend like this, but apparently we are.
But this is crunch time to the highest degree. This is like bridezilla time, is what they call it. And the stress is like in kill mode.
Yeah, but she was like...
Right. No. I was like having a panic attack. But anyway, so are you ready for me to read the list?
Sure.
All right, goofball. So, week before, you're going to give the reception site / caterer the final guest head count. Right. You're going to plan a reception seating chart. You're going to call the wedding vendor, ceremony, and reception locations to confirm your arrangements. Your groom is going to get his final haircut. Then you're going to attend your bachelorette party.
Oh, wait, not that kind of party.
All right, 2 to 3 days before.
2 to 3 days.
The bride...
Not weeks.
The bride, if you need it, is going to get the gown pressed and steamed. But that doesn't have to be done. The groom is going to get his final fitting and pick up his attire for the wedding. Now, this is important. The groom is going to ask the best man to make sure that the groomsmen attend their final fitting and pick up all of their stuff, because you do not want the wedding day to come or the day before to come and your guys are like, I don't have my stuff. Exactly. All right. So you're going to then attend your wedding. I'm distracted by my husband here. You're going to determine your wedding party's position during the ceremony, the order of your party during the processional and recessional.
Right.
And then you're going to reconfirm your final details with your vendors and discuss any necessary last-minute substitutions. All right, so let's talk about the day before.
Like in baseball.
Right, so the day before. Provide all wedding professionals with an emergency contact number for the day of the wedding. That is crucial, you guys. Then you're going to write checks and or talk to your wedding host. All right, so here we go. Night before. Rehearsal for your ceremony. Then you're going to set up for the wedding. You're going to give your marriage license to your officiant.
You're going to give your marriage license?
Yeah, marriage license.
I can now manage her. I'm her manager.
You're going to attend your rehearsal dinner. You're going to shut up and let me finish this.
Stop doing weird motions over on the side so I can get through this stupid list.
Then you're going to present your attendants with their gifts at the rehearsal dinner. You're going to... And then here's one that I have actually added to the list. Yep. You're going to try your best to get a good night's sleep because tomorrow will be fast, furious, and crazy.
Fast and furious.
All right, the day
and crazy.
The day of, present your parents and each other with your gifts.
Right.
Give your wedding bands to the best man and the maid of honor to hold during the ceremony.
Yep.
Give your best man the officiant's fee envelope to hand to him after the ceremony is over.
Yep.
Introduce your reception site manager to your consultant or the maid of honor for questions or problems during the ceremony. Assign a family member to help out the photographer, so that way she can distinct this person is this person and that person is that person, basically, for the photographs. So that's all of it. So let's get started. Do you have anything for the week before to discuss?
Negative.
Okay.
I mean, it was pretty much all straightforward stuff. A lot of it didn't necessarily apply to us because we didn't have a reception site or caterers or
we didn't do
any of that kind of stuff. So, do you have anything?
Not really. I mean,
So.
The bachelorette parties don't have to be anything crazy if you don't want them to be. It wasn't for us. He just went out with his friends and...
Well, mine was also the night before.
Yeah.
So, yours was like the week before.
Mine was the week before.
And what did you... I mean, you guys
We didn't really do much. We played games. They cooked for me.
I mean, you don't have to give details.
I mean, I'm not giving too much, but that's about all we did. We just spent the night.
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of
hung out.
We just kind of hung out, and like they actually stayed. You stayed the night over.
Yeah, I stayed the night over.
See, we just kind of hung out, did some normal, typical like guy stuff with guys who are already married and stuff, and church goers.
Well, did all of your guys go out with you, or just a few of them?
No, well, they all went to the first thing.
Okay, well.
And then
my
the second thing only.
Yeah.
Like, it was only like me and 3 of them, I think.
Let me just point this
Chris
out
had
real
to go
quick.
home to his
I'm gonna
family.
give a shout out to my maid of honor.
Oh yeah, shout out.
Melissa. And my good friend Kristen, who was one of my bridesmaids. They were the 2 that threw me my bachelorette party. Because the other
off the heezy.
The other 2, they weren't involved. So that's actually something that I wanted to bring up because that's really important for all of your bridesmaids to be involved in the bachelorette party. I don't understand why nobody was, but things fell through. So you guys missed a lot of fun. But just throwing that out in case that kind of happens to you guys. So, let's move on to 2 to 3 days before. And I don't know I went British, but okay. Do you have anything to talk about?
Yeah. The thing about asking the best man to make sure that the groomsmen get their stuff 2 to 3 days before.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 days before ain't
It's
gonna cut
late.
it, because if they can't get the right shoes or whatever, they don't have the right size shoes, something like that, you gotta have contingency plans.
Yes.
Alright? 2 to 3 days is not long enough to make contingency plans. This should have been done 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Like I was talking about on the last video when
Right.
we had to order a completely different dress for my maid of honor. And that happened like months in advance. Or just a month.
Mm-hmm. So that was all I had for the 2 to 3 days before.
Okay.
Everything else on that list seemed pretty...
Yeah, everything seemed pretty straightforward. So let's combine the day before and the night before.
Right.
Together.
Because for us, they were pretty much the
yeah,
same thing.
we did everything.
Because like the setup before the wedding, that was one of the things. We did that
during
the
day.
morning, the morning before, leading
Right.
up to the rehearsal, and then the rehearsal dinner after.
Yeah, because what I had to happen was we had to decorate, I had to meet with the musicians, and then we had our rehearsal and then the rehearsal dinner. That's the exact order that we
and
did
then the
ours
bachelor party.
Yeah, for him.
Whoop whoop.
So the rehearsal for the ceremony, I'm gonna talk about that real fast if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just wanted to mention there is more than one way to do this. Most people, the bride and groom, have everybody there, and they run through it with the bride and groom and, everybody. What our pastor recommended for us to do was different, and I liked this better, didn't you?
Yeah, it's not your standard way of doing it.
But I liked it because what happened is somebody stands in for the bride, and the bride and the bride's mother sit and they take notes.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is allowed to talk to them.
Right.
They make their own decisions. You don't have people running up to you, go, oh, you should do it this way. Oh, you should do it that way. It's those two, and maybe the groom interjects, and maybe the pastor, and maybe the photographer. But that's it. Everybody else, shut up.
Yeah.
So, but that's, you can do it either way, and I'm sure there's probably another way to do it, but we like doing it this way.
Yeah, because basically, like, all the other people who were in attendance, it was basically like, hey, you can sit here, but you're not allowed to...
Don't run your mouth.
No, what do they say? No comments from the peanut gallery. That's...
Okay.
So, anyways, next thing.
We already talked about setting up for the wedding. Let's see.
The gifts.
Yes, let's talk about the gifts really quick.
The present attendance with gifts at the rehearsal dinner.
Now, I gave my girls their gifts on the wedding day.
Right, so I gave my guys theirs, which was pretty much the shoes that I bought them, and then their vests and stuff that I also bought. But the shoes were awesome because they're like Converse and they're all black, so I mean you can use them for other stuff.
Well, Dan and I actually
Converse aren't cheap, by the way.
Dan and I actually made the hairpins that the girls wore at our wedding.
Right.
So that was pretty special. And then I also gave them like a gift card to, I think it was Bed Bath & Beyond or something. I don't remember. But anyway, we did that, and then what we're going to mainly talk about right now is our ring bearer and our two flower girls.
Right.
They were different ages, so that's why we kind of had them walk together. And we already told you about our trouble that we had with rearranging some of these people.
Right.
So I'm going to go ahead and tell you our ring bearer was Down syndrome, so he's a little bit older, but he still has the mindset of a child, which we love him.
He was like tall.
Yeah, he was very tall. So we decided as a gift to give him this big, fluffy, stuffed penguin. Because he loves Happy Feet. So he just adored it. And then for the girls...
we got them Build-A-Bears.
Right, because it was... the ages were 11 and 4.
And 10 and 4.
10 and 4, I'm sorry. So they were still happy with Build-A-Bear. So... it really, you need, whatever I'm going to say here is that whatever age group you have, try to pick stuff for that age group, or at least for their understanding, because you don't need to pick like books for like a 3-year-old, you know. So let's move on to the day of, where we're going to talk about where they give the marriage license to the officiant the day before. We did it the day of.
Right, because the pastor wanted it the day of. So he was like, no, take it home. Because we brought it the night before, and we were like, here you go. And he's like, no, you hold on to it and bring it, tomorrow. So I had to take the thing back home with me. Well, needless to say, the day of, as we mentioned in the previous video to this one, about her girls having issues with wrong size dresses, and then they flip-flopped, and it ended up fitting and stuff. Well, one of my guys didn't bring a belt or an undershirt or something. I can't remember what it was.
I think he said it was a belt.
Yeah, I don't remember. But anyway, so I had to run back home and get it. Well, there was a more important reason that I had to go home.
Yeah, because they came and told me that Dan had left, and I was like, what?
Yeah, they just went and told her that the groom had left. And so she's like, huh? But, yeah, so I had to come all the way back to the house, which isn't, like, super far, but I had to come all the way back to the house because I totally forgot the marriage license here at the house. So, yeah.
Learn that lesson the hard way, huh?
So, definitely...
yeah, make sure you bring it, everybody.
If the officiant does not want to hang on to it the day before, and once you bring it the night or the day of, you better make sure that thing's like duct taped to your forehead.
Yeah, exactly. All right, the next thing that we're going to talk about is giving the wedding bands to the best man and the maid of honor to hold during the ceremony.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about that, Rebecca?
I felt like a little bit of a moron. It probably was mostly because of stress, but I don't know. Probably because we did a lot of things at that wedding that I was kind of like, I kind of screwed that up. Because we couldn't figure out how the punch thing was supposed to work either.
That was fun.
But anyway, so this was another dumb blonde moment for me. Yes, I'm blonde, everybody. I thought that, let me see if I can get this right. You know, the maid of honor is supposed to hold on to the groom's ring. And the best man is supposed to hold on to the bride's ring.
Right.
I thought it was the other way around.
Right.
Don't know why, but I thought that.
Right.
So we sent, with ring in hand, our runner to go get the other ring from them. So I'll let him take over this part of the story.
Yeah. So he shows up, has my ring in his hand, and he's like, we need to swap rings. I'm like, for what? I'm like, no, the best man already has the ring. And he's like, yeah, but the girls in there said that they needed to have her ring. And I'm like, no, man. I'm like, see, the best man hangs on to the ring, and then I take the ring from him and put it on her finger, and then her maid of honor has her ring and gives it to her, and then she puts it on my finger. And he's like, yeah, I was kind of thinking that. And so then he was like, okay, I'm gonna go let him know. So then he runs off with my ring in his hand, and that was the end of what I heard of it, but I don't know what happened in there.
They didn't tell me any of this. He must have went back and told the maid of honor and my friend Kristen, who was doing it. So I thank you so much. This is Melissa's boyfriend. I thank you guys both for that. Okay, so the last one we're going to talk about is assigning a family member to help out with the photographer to tell who's who.
Right.
We didn't have that issue because
we didn't have that
she
issue
showed up the
because
day
she
before.
showed up to the rehearsal,
Yeah.
which is very important. Your photographer should be at your rehearsal. So we didn't have that issue.
We didn't have that problem.
But I think if you have a really large wedding, this may actually be something good, especially if you're going to get pictures of all the grandparents coming in and all the parents coming in.
All the aunts and uncles and
uncles
cousins.
and aunts. And
Yeah.
because we didn't get we got group family pictures
But we didn't get super crazy.
But yeah, we didn't have pictures of grandma coming in and all this stuff. So
yeah. Probably should have for some.
Yeah, I mean, looking back, I guess we should have, but if you're gonna have one of those kind of weddings where you're taking all those pictures and stuff, yeah, it'd probably be a good idea to have someone that whether it's a friend or an actual family member or somebody. Obviously, don't make it someone that's gonna be walking down the aisle. So don't make it
Because you
don't have it be grandpa.
That's so and so behind me,
right?
Or that's so and so in front of me.
Yeah.
No.
So you're gonna, so that would be a good thing. Have somebody with the photographer that's take a picture.
Yeah.
So, but.
Well, that's another advantage to having a photographer that knows you and your family really well.
Yeah. Because
they know you already.
And the only people they had to really meet was my family, because my family was from out of state.
And some of my friends.
And some of her friends that were from out of state or didn't go to the church. But all her family goes to the church, so.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all we have for today, guys. So that concludes our wedding mini-series.
Right. Don't forget to like us and subscribe if you liked this video today. And I don't know why I'm doing random pointing things.
Don't forget to check out our other playlist, including Dan's new single-player playlist, which is what video game, Dan?
It's called Ronin, a.k.a. The Impossible Ninja game. Basically, you just die a lot. Apparently, you have infinite lives, but it's just crazy. So go check it out. It's really fun to watch. It's
it's hard to play.
But it's really fun to play. As much as I die in it, I don't really get frustrated at it. So it's fun. Just go check that out. So also be sure to check out our Facebook page. The link will be in the description below.
Yep.
And we also
if you don't feel comfortable liking us on YouTube, go like us on Facebook or both.
Yeah. We also have a Google Plus page, which will also be in the description below.
That's right.
So.
So the next episode, you guys, will be on a sweet treat. Want to tell them what it is?
Candy!
Candy! Exactly. So.
Until next time, put your best man forward.
And don't forget the ring. We'll see you guys later.